Hi Capricorns, and welcome to your January 2022 General Tarot Forecast. I'm so happy to be coming on to you in this calendar new year. I can't believe it's January of 2022. I hope you're enjoying your season and your time of the year. For me, it's been a wonderful kind of pulling back into the solstice and winter season. And I think that this Capricorn season is very giving and very much able to present to us a lot of data and information, helping us to decide how we want to move forward. So the cardinal nature of Capricorn is very emphasized this year, and I feel that your sign is going to really be making some forward progress soon. Before we get into your reading, Capricorn, I hope that you've had the chance to check out the 2022 year ahead forecast. It will be linked below and in the top right hand corner. If you haven't, be sure to check out some of the insights for your sign's year ahead. So yes, let's dive right into some intuitive messages for Capricorn, and then we'll do a week-to-week tarot forecast followed by an extended reading on Patreon. Okay, so intuitively for Capricorn in January 2022, I think that it's really important to not be hyper frugal at this time. On one hand, yes, we do have to pull back. I feel that everyone is kind of continuing at a whole other level to maybe reduce some of their expenses, pull back on their means, though I feel Capricorn is naturally a frugal sign anyway, so maybe now it's time for you to invest in your house or invest in the maintenance of your experience. I'm feeling that your sign, seeing that the Five of Pentacles, the Six of Wands, the Four of Pentacles reversed is coming up. There's a tendency to deprive yourself if you're trying too hard or becoming too focused on saving or, getting ahead. I think that at this point in time, there needs to be a healthy autopilot and a healthy system that you have established. And there could even be some more structure checks in some of the systems you've created in this month of January. We are getting closer and closer to All Planets Direct, I believe in February. So with that coming up, it will be really great to be ready for things to be good. Okay, so January could look like a final kind of structure checkpoint for you to decide if this is how you like the fit, if you like the way things are, and then any changes that need to be made. Again, February of 2022 is going to be a wonderful time for that. So preparing for a known change, preparing for a known level up or perceived gravity shift also feels to be within the energy of Capricorn this month. You could easily also take something to the next level here. So I see for some Capricorns an evolution of self-projection. So a new title, going from one career to the other. Maybe that's not happening until later this year, but maybe you're really getting the gist of it now. As I'm looking at the top row of your reading, the Six of Wands, Page of Swords, Hierophant, and Four of Wands, to me that looks like a very successful kind of progression and evolution that is confident, spiritual, and then celebrated. Okay, so there's definitely going to be a perceptible shift for you in the way that you express and maybe in the way that you are seen. Okay, we have so much Pisces and Neptune energy coming in. Jupiter just went into Pisces, and that's really good for your sign. It gives you a lot less slack. It seems like there's a lot less, parameters. Maybe you have way less limitations than you've had before. Maybe you are really overcoming some of your previous confines, and now you have a whole new world open to you or preparing to open to you. And what is the baseline of that world? What are the foundations that you want to build off of? On the bottom row of your reading, you've got the Five of Pentacles, the Justice reversed, Nine of Cups, and Four of Pentacles reversed. Basically, the way I'm seeing this reading, which is different than I tend to read, you have these two options here, this top line or this bottom line. For some of you, I think it's just a matter of like really looking the part, really looking successful, really looking like you've got things figured out. But beneath it all could be a little bit of confusion or weird kind of morality. Five of Pentacles, Justice reversed, and Four of Pentacles reversed can be the energy of corruption. That can be the energy of trying to maybe avoid some type of formality, avoiding some type of fine or penalty. Okay, so always during this time of the year, it's important to prepare for taxes or important to prepare for large expenditures. Capricorn season, the sign of Capricorn rules taxes, expenditures, bills, budgets, legalities, even to a certain degree. So anything in that vicinity should be faced during this time. And, you know, if you need to totally liquidate a debt or pay a tax or something, it's a good time to do that. I would really watch out for trying to avoid that stuff or trying to, I don't know, have like this feeling that it can be canceled. Like, okay, I can just negotiate with these people. I can get like some kind of bankruptcy or something like that. And that's a good solution to this. I suppose for some people it would be, again, this isn't a financial channel, but nonetheless, these archetypes do exist within the tarot. Basically, the message is that you don't want to solve these things in a roundabout way. You want to solve them directly. So if you're confused about like your business, if you're confused about what you owe or what you, what is being asked of you, whether this is monetarily or even within like a relationship, like you don't know what you owe someone or someone might be asking too much of you and you think that you can maybe get around it or still maintain this relationship or still satisfy this obligation in a kind of roundabout way, I would really be wary of that because 2022 as a year is a little bit hard on roundabout solutions because it's very easy to get derailed. So you try to go into this like roundabout solution and you can at that point in time get caught in a current and be swept into a completely different type of vicinity than you ever estimated. So that's why direct, known paths and bridges are advisable, especially for things that you might not be totally expert at. It's a tough year to try to be an expert of something that you're not, or to, again, for example, I don't know, claim some type of financial understanding or legal understanding that you might not have. Try to leave these things to the professionals, I think, for sure. That is a message coming up for you and generally channeling through the Capricorn season. Other intuitive messages, you're going to be opening up to a whole new world soon, okay? I mean, it could even be by the 3rd week of January. I'm just loving that combination of the Hierophant and the 9 of Cups. It's like a totally new spiritual outlook. That's a totally new way of viewing your world, which is going to be good and timely for you. Try to solve any of these weird issues that you've been having directly in the first 2 weeks of January if you can. And then prepare for the end of January and beginning of February to be more of an opening into a very new positive world. Okay, so let's talk about your week to week. Week number 1, you've got the 6 of Wands rooted down by the 5 of Pentacles. So that's very juxtaposed, isn't it? Like that confident, wealthy appearance of 6 of Wands, but then the kind of cold road or poverty experience of 5 of Pentacles. That's very polarized. That's very inharmonious. So which one is it? Like you could basically see like, I don't know, spending with debt, buying a lot of beautiful things, but going into debt for them, living a very nice looking lifestyle, but maybe living above the means is a possibility here, or stifling or your means as well, or leveraging them in a weird way. So definitely take a look at leverage or budget or even mindset. So some of you might be in a lot better place than you think, but you might still be living as if you are in poverty. And it could be the other way around. Some of you might need to cut back, but are still living too lavishly. Okay, so there's a snag in Capricorn energy about getting up to date with where it really is now and making the appropriate actions based on the current situation. Basically, you don't want to have any illusion or any type of the illusion is the key word here. We've got to get up to speed. We've got to know exactly where we stand. We've got to have a very clear, sober relationship with our current experience. Week 2, you've got the Page of Swords rooted down by the Justice reversed. Communication, and you can have a feeling of injustice at this time, or you can feel that there is a lack of important communication. There could be like legal communication. There could be just paperwork, or I'm not feeling that this is like severe type of legal things, but I'm feeling just maybe administrative stuff or bureaucratic hoops that have to be jumped through, if you're like renting, getting those leases signed and maybe updating leases or updating business licenses, that type of thing is coming up. That's the general energy actually for Capricorn in the year of 2022 is kind of an administrative paperwork type of vibe. Amending things, changing business stuff like that. That's very much in your sign's energy right now, and it's going to happen very naturally and in a very efficient and needed way. So any type of update that you need to do, to wills, to any type of contracts, anything like that, this is a good time to start moving those things into motion. Remembering that those types of things take time, okay? In the third week, you've got the Hierophant rooted down by the Nine of Cups. Beautiful, beautiful spiritual expansion coming to you during that time. I could see maybe even positive religious experiences for some of you. And then for others of you, this is just about feeling a complete state of contact or connection with your path. So not feeling lukewarm about what you're pursuing, not feeling like you just have to work to pay the bills, actually feeling really spiritually connected with what you're doing. That's beautiful. And that's a great thing about Jupiter and Pisces for you. You've had Jupiter in Aquarius and Jupiter in Capricorn and Jupiter in Sag. All three of those are hard for Capricorn. So this is the first Jupiter sign, Jupiter in Pisces, that's really positive and really lucky for you in since Jupiter in Scorpio, so since 2018. It's the same angle as Jupiter in Scorpio is to you, so you might be able to look to 2018 for some reference, okay? And also this could look like continuing a goal or purpose that you discovered in 2018, getting back into something from that point in time, but this is much more ultimate than that. This is probably going to channel differently. Again, Jupiter in Scorpio and Jupiter in Pisces are very different energies, so they are both water Jupiters, but Jupiter in Pisces is preferable. It's a better placement for Jupiter than Jupiter in Scorpio. But it's just going to be really Jupiterian and really, it's like a new gate opens to you, a new door opens, and it's very something you've really wanted, it looks like. In the fourth week of the month, 4 of Wands rooted down by 4 of Pentacles, 2 4s in a 4 week. That is kind of like a 7-7-7. That's like a good, nice combination there. I think that a dream could come true for you in the 4th week. It's kind of like a Yahtzee. It's kind of like a Monopoly. It's kind of very much a victory, a win, a prize. So 4 of Wands itself is that energy, but 4 of Pentacles reversed. Again, it's saying try to not deprive yourself or restrict your mobility from what you want. You could think, I've got to stay in that job because that's what pays my bills, but my purpose is calling me into a slightly different place at this point in time. How do I pursue my purpose without bankrupting myself? It's an interesting question that we're all having to figure out in 2022. Okay, can we step away from the previous security in order to pursue true soul purpose? Can we merge these things? Can they come together? I think those are great ways to think for you at the end of the month. And in some way, I think your sign will find the answer to that at the end of the month, or at least a resolution to not constricting or confining yourself away from your purpose, but also not feeling as if you have to strip yourself of security in order to go after it. Okay? At the same time, I do feel that a leap of faith is at some point in time going to be necessary, but it may not have to be austere. It may not have to be like you leave everything behind in order to do that. I think that there can be maybe a kind of moderate leap of faith, perhaps. Okay, let's talk about that in your extended reading, Capricorn. Let's talk about preparing for a leap of faith. Let's talk about merging the secure and the purposeful. In your extended reading on Patreon, you can find that linked below, and I'll link it in the center of your screen right now. And let's do that. Okay, have a wonderful month, Capricorns. Bye.